One time. Yes. Okay. All right, welcome back. I've got the lovely Saxon and Xander with me. This is our second recipe together. We have just finished making the no-nut satay sauce because it goes really well with what we're about to make. Now, these guys have been filled in on what we're about to make. Do you remember what it's called?
Rainbow wraps.
Yes! They're really bright, they're really colorful, and we're gonna get all colors of the rainbow in it, including the color that we cannot see here yet. Now that's a bit they haven't been told about, but it's kind of a bit of a magic trick. It's not a bit of a magic trick, it is a complete magic trick that I didn't tell you that we're gonna get to do today too. Are you excited?
Yeah.
What color, what main color is missing from that pile?
Red.
I'll let you have a think about that one while we get started, but it's a really bright color that we definitely need to include in a rainbow. All right, so first steps first is we have to get the beginning of the magic trick happening, which is this is gonna help us do the magic trick.
Yep.
Do you know what this is? First of all, it starts with the name of the color. What's the color?
Purple.
Purple. And it comes as a cabbage. Purple cabbage?
Yeah.
Yeah? Some people call it red cabbage. I don't know why. But yeah, it's purple cabbage. Okay?
Maybe because sometimes it's red.
Sometimes it could be.
Cabbage.
So this is probably a big chunk of it. We probably only need maybe half of this for this recipe. So I'm just gonna do that bit. And then I'm gonna get one of you. So now I believe, who's head chef this time? All right, so Saxon's head chef. This is something we had a little chat about, is that if ever you're in the kitchen with more than one cook, it's a really fun thing to do. Who's head chef, who's sous chef, right?
Yeah.
So if Saxon's head chef, Xander is our
Sous chef.
sous chef. And what's the role of the sous chef?
They have to make sure that's good and ready.
Everything's cut up and ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that the food is ready for the head chef to use? Yeah?
Yeah.
And as sous
tastes good.
And that it tastes good. And that we sous chefs just kind of do what we're told, right?
Yeah.
And we clean up around and we make sure everything's all good to go?
So like when the head chef has made a mess, once he's finished with that, the sous chef just comes behind and cleans it.
There you go, right? So it's kind of fun when you're in the kitchen because you can trade every night. You could say, okay, I'm just taking orders, I'm gonna be the sous chef, I'm gonna help you out. Whatever dish you wanna make, just tell me what to do. That's what the sous chef does.
Yeah.
What does the head chef do, Saxon?
Like taste everything and smells it and see if it's all good.
Yep, and you take the lead, right? With the dish, you go, okay, I have this vision for the dish. It's gonna taste like this, or I think it's gotta be like this, and so it needs more of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you take the lead, you still do the work, you can still do work, right? You still be cooking together, but that's just the idea.
Yeah.
So instead of fighting about it, it makes it a little bit more fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like a big argument that does not stop.
Right? Do you ever argue in the kitchen when you're cooking together?
Yeah.
Some families even have a rule that they're not allowed to cook in the kitchen together, the kids, right?
Yeah.
But this is a way to help that because even with adults we do this. Just say, okay, this is your dish, you've got the vision, tell me what I need to do, I'm all yours.
Yeah.
Okay, so because you guys are also learning this dish as we go, I'm gonna step you through it. But the first thing we need to get happening in that pot is this cabbage. So I think maybe this is probably a good job for Saxon. Can you peel off the layers of the cabbage and put it in the pot, please? And then I'm gonna get you to measure out, we're gonna need about 3 cups of these, so it's 1.5 cups of water into the pot. So I'm gonna let you work out how you wanna do that most easily.
So I'm just gonna go one hole and then I'm gonna tip it in and then go half.
Are you gonna carry it over every time? Or is there a quicker way we could think of doing that?
We could just grab the pot and bring it over and...
We could. But because Saxon's working in there, do you wanna maybe get the water from the tap on the left, that's the filtered water, and just measure your 3 cups of water into here,
So
and then we
just
can...
bring the bowl over there.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And I bring it back.
Because then that'll be more efficient, right? It'll cut down the time and the trips and carrying it really carefully to measure it. Okay, so go ahead, you can do that. And the tap on the left is the filtered tap. How are we going, cabbage?
Good.
That's gonna be good. Okay, so I'm just gonna get this turned on for us so it can start while we're going here. So the idea with this is we just want to get the cabbage boiling down into the 1.5 cups of water. And the main reason we're doing this is to make the water turn what color? Bright purple, as bright as we can get it. So we don't want to add too much water because then it'll be a lighter color purple, right?
Yep.
That's why Xander's measuring the water out for us. And you're doing a very good job at selectively. Isn't it fascinating, the cabbage?
Yeah.
Do you find that amazing? Look how it's just woven together. Does that look like any part of our body that you know of?
Blood.
It looks like
brain?
Yeah, the brain. Looks exactly like what we see pictures of the brain.
Do I just stick this all in?
Good job. Yep. And so that was how many measures? How many of those cups?
It's 1.5.
Yep. All of it in. Good job. So as in, did you do one of these cups full and then one of them half full? Okay, so do that again because we want three of those cups. So do that the same thing you did again. Good job.
Another twice.
Pardon me?
Another one.
Another 1.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good. And we got our cabbage in there. So that's going to start boiling away to turn us some purple water.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any guesses yet on what we're going to do with the purple water? No? That's all right. Okay. Can you please peel me a carrot? Now, there's a trick that you just learned I heard about.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Go Saxon! Woohoo! Good job. So what Saxon's doing, not only is he safely peeling away from himself, see how he's pushing the peeler away from himself, but he's only doing half the carrot at the time. So he has a lot of carrot to hold on to, so he can be quicker, and then when he's done the bottom half, then he flips the carrot around and does the other half. Nailed it. Awesome. Okay. Now, so basically what we're going to do, we've got this happening. It's going to take a little bit. Thank you. Did you pour that in there?
Yeah.
High five. So that's got to kind of boil away. We may need to turn that up just a touch to get that happening. Okay. And eventually we really want to get all that cabbage submerged into the water, but we have to let it kind of soften down till it gets there. Okay. Now what's next?
We could cut the capsicum.
Yeah. Get all of our ingredients ready?
Yep.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So we started off with the carrot. Now, did you know that carrot is less likely to turn brown if the peel is off? That's why we peeled it. Because we don't always have to peel it. If it's clean and it's organic, it's not such a big deal, right? So in order to make rice wraps, we want to make all the ingredients nice and thinly cut. Have you guys made rice wraps before?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what's the trick when you're laying it in there? You want to make sure the veggies are set up how?
Like laid it up.
In a straight line? Yeah.
And like not like all laid out the place, and then you have to like rip it and
Okay.
it in.
So we want them to all kind of line up. So it's easier if we make long skinny strips of the veggies. Yeah? Okay, let's do that then. So who's going to work on which veggie?
I'll just go on a mango.
You're going to work on the mango? Okay. Now, before you do that, then I'm just going to set up Saxon with this one. Now, this is called a julienne peeler. So same way that you did this one, but this time you've got to kind of drag it away from yourself. Does that make sense? And look at the pieces it makes. Nice thin strips. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So you're going to kind of go around and around and around the carrot. And once it gets, yeah, and then before you get there, you might flip it first, and you'll just keep flipping it back and forth.
Yeah. We have that at home.
Oh, you do? Ah, you know everything about it then. Good. Okay? Just make sure we're good and set up. Beautiful.
So you want me to cut like here?
Okay, so we're going to cut the cheeks off the side of the mango first. Okay. And then I'm going to show you the cup scoop trick. Have you ever seen the cup scoop trick?
Oh yeah, like you grab a cup and then you scoop it in.
Good, okay, show us. So we're just going to make sure we get as much of the cheek off the pit as possible. So I'm going to go right as close as I can and then find the edge and hug the edge of the pit. See how we did that? So I was kind of following, I was feeling for that edge.
Yes, and you're feeling for the hard bit, and then you're just trying to get as close as you can so you get as much of that mango as you can.
Okay, so explain to us, in case someone's never done the cup scoop trick, how it works.
Okay, so you grab like a cup, and then you grab some mango, and then you put it in like that, and then you scoop it in.
Okay, so can you do a nice slow demo for us? Good, so he's got the cup and he's scooping it into I guess the part near the palm of his hand, all the way up until we've scooped the mango out. Good job. You knew all about it. That's awesome.
My dad always does it.
That's a good trick, isn't it? And look how much time that saves. And waste too, right? Because we're not having all the extra waste from having to cut around the edges. Can you do the other one for us too, please? You can put that one on the cutting board so we can cut it thinly. Go Saxon. Looking awesome. Can I please grab some tongs out of here?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to make you reach. There we go. All right, and we got to make sure all this cabbage gets into that water. I probably need to put a lid on there. Do you want to try and scoop it again? See if you can get that other bit out. Okay, now because I'm not cooking this with a lid on it, I might need to add a touch more water, but we're going to keep that going just to see how we go. We definitely don't want it to boil dry. We need that purple liquid. Good stuff. Okay. Let's do the whole carrot if you can. Let's see how skinny you can get that thing. Right down to the center core with the least amount of waste possible.
And try not to snap it.
How about I just clear you some space? Is that easier?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I should do that because I'm the...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, and if the carrot's going to be sitting quite a while, what's one trick that we can do to maybe not make it go brown? Do you know?
We could just put in a vacuum sealer wrap thing.
Say that again.
A plastic sealer.
A plastic sealer. Well, we're only going to need it for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So the trick is we can put some lemon juice on it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that?
No.
It'll stop it from going brown. Do you want to go find us a lemon? Please? Should be one in that bucket right there, and then we can do a little squish. Squish of our lemon. How are your muscles going, head chef?
Yeah, good.
All good? Okay, and we definitely don't want any waste of the mango either, right? So we're gonna get the good stuff off the seed of the mango too.
So like try and cut as much off, and then trying to cuddle it so it gets more off.
Yeah, as close as I can to the seed.
So you're basically pushing closest to the seed so you get most of it.
Yes, and that's why it is easier if you use one of these serrated knives, right? Because then you can kind of feel and you can kind of saw into it a little bit better. All right. And some people would still then clean the rest of that seed off by sucking on the mango seed, right? Okay, so now how would we do some nice thin strips of mango, please?
We could just...
We want nice long skinny strips. So now to make it safe to cut on, do you want to put it on its flat side? There we go.
You can just get that.
So we kind of want long strips. This is a bit tricky because they're so skinny and slippery. It's kind of nicer when you're sometimes a female and you've got long nails. You can kind of dig into it. But yes, that's right. So let's just do a nice little strip there. Good stuff. And I'll do some beside you here. Beautiful. That's the perfect thickness. Excellent. And Saxon's got some amazing carrot strips going on there. Do you want to do the big guy?
Sure.
Okay, so we've got a nice thin strips of mango. What's your favorite fruit?
Maybe like... I'm kind of into bananas now.
Into bananas at the moment? Yeah. How about you, Saxon?
Probably watermelons.
Watermelon. They're really good at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're nice and cold when you put them in the fridge.
Yes, so refreshing.
Oh yeah, mango is so good in your smoothies. And you have
In smoothies, yeah.
that's and frozen.
Good work. I love your guys' focus. So good. Attention to detail. And you're getting that nice and skinny. Okay, we've nearly got our cabbage boiled. I think that's probably pretty good.
You know what I should do with the lemon?
Okay, can you fit all those bits on here, please? In their appropriate place. So basically what we've done is we've got a plate out where we're going to put all of our ingredients onto, because the fun bit is the rolling. And the rolling can also be quite the social bit too, where we can kind of do that as a sit-down activity around the dinner table where everyone can roll their own wrap. You're welcome to go wash your hands if you want, just around here. So that's why if we put all of our ingredients on one platter basically, then everyone can dig in and roll their own wraps. Is that how you guys do it at home, or do you roll them all in advance?
We just roll them all on our own.
On your own, yeah. Right? It's more fun. Everyone gets to have a say. So what goes in your wraps at home? I'm curious.
We just normally go salad, sometimes tomatoes.
What else?
Maybe cucumber.
Yeah?
Maybe some.
Okay, head chef. What do you think that is needed there? We're going to stop the browning of the carrot, right?
Yeah.
So we got to give that one a good squish on top of the carrot, and then maybe just toss it lightly with your fingers. And if you need to use a spoon to kind of get in there and squish it a little bit, here you go. So you can kind of shove the spoon in there to get a bit more juice out of it. Good stuff. Okay, now, yeah, you continue with that one. Now we need to begin preparing, we're not quite there yet, but preparing our magic trick. You getting pretty hungry?
Yeah.
I'm hungry too.
I'm starting to get excited and get more hungry.
Look at this. Look how bright that is. Okay, so this is going to be, and it's dripping like purple juice, purple liquid. That's what we want. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, and do you want to come actually help me there for a second, Xander?
Sure.
Now, just be careful because the pot is hot and these are short tongs, but can you just pinch out the cabbage, but let it drip dry a little bit before it gets into here, because we want to preserve all that juice. Good job. Give a little shake, shake, and in the strainer. Now, rather than pouring the whole pot out and losing all the purple juice, we're trying to keep the purple juice in the pot. So we're just going to pull out all the cabbage. So go ahead. Probably doesn't need to drip dry too much. You can just pull them out and get all the pieces out of there for us. Good squishing, Saxon. Now the cool thing about these wraps is you can actually make a lot of I guess, fillings for the wrap, and it goes a long way. So this is going to feed a lot of people by the time we're done, isn't it? It's going to be a lot of food. But that's good, because then you can have stuff for your lunches tomorrow. How cool would it be to eat a rainbow every day?
Oh, good.
Have you ever heard about the reason why to eat a rainbow?
No.
No? What do you think would be a good reason in nature that you'd want to eat a whole rainbow of different colors? What would be a good reason for that?
You'll be colorful.
That you'll be colorful, yeah, that's a good idea.
That you're going to be healthy.
And you'll be healthy? But why would the rainbow bit make you healthy? What is it about nature, do you think, that would make eating different colors good for you?
They're eating the colors of the nature, sort of.
Yeah, yeah. Well, probably the reason why they have different colors means that they also have different nutrients, different things that are good for you, right? So then in theory, that would mean that you're getting everything that you need. If you're going to eat red things, you're going to eat orange things and yellow things.
Yeah.
Okay, have we got all the cabbage yet?
Nah.
Okay, go for it. You're nearly there. And head chef and I are going to prepare the magic trick. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. So the magic trick is, did we figure out the missing color? We can't do the magic trick until you tell me the missing color. Well, we can.
About pink.
Pink? You're right, pink. Technically though, there's one color of a rainbow.
Purple.
No, we've got the purple.
Oh God.
It's oftentimes a boy's favorite color.
Blue.
Blue. Do we have anything blue?
No.
So let's make blue, yeah?
Oh, because then the magic trick is going to be blue.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna show everyone this magic trick too. We're gonna have to show I guess everyone watching how we're gonna do this. So we are gonna do it kind of, gonna be maybe a little bit hard for you guys to see, but we're gonna have to do this carefully so everyone can see this magic trick happen. You know what? I'm going to see if we can get that into a glass bowl. Okay?
Yeah, do we turn the oven off?
It is off. Yeah, oh good. Okay, this is going to make our magic trick much easier to see. So we're going to take all of our purple liquid. Don't waste a drop. Isn't that incredible how purple that goes?
Yeah.
Just from the cabbage?
When it's spread it out, it looks so clear, but then when it's all mixed together, it's so dark.
Okay, and I'm going to put that maybe on a white plate so you can see how this is going to go. Okay, now, here we go. This is called baking soda. You've heard it before. It's also called bicarb soda, right?
Yeah.
So can I get you to get just barely full, a 1/4 teaspoon of bicarb soda? And before you put it in, what did the magicians say before they make the trick happen? Something like abracadabra. What do they say? What does the magician say? Let's come up with a word. I know you guys have it in you.
Magician bam.
Magician bam, do it. Ready, magician? Bam. Okay, now stir it. Stir it, stir it, stir it.
Oh.
Wow. How cool is that? Okay, now we need the noodles to soak up the blue. You ready? That's a lot of noodles. Whew. We're gonna need to add a bit of hot water to that one. Okay, so the only reason I had to put it in that thing was to show you the color change, but now when we pour this, let's pour it over the noodles so you can see how this goes. You ready? Look how blue that is. So we are gonna turn these noodles fully blue when we cook them in them. Cook it in the blue water. And then we've got blue vermicelli noodles in our rainbow wraps. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen?
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Okay.
It just goes purple straight up blue.
Wasn't that amazing how it was just instant?
Like instant little stir, like one lap of stir, and then it's full out blue.
Crazy. Okay, now I'm just gonna turn this on to 1, so just be careful there. Okay, so that's gonna give us some time once those noodles soak up the water. And we're not really cooking them here. I just have it on heat 1 just to kind of give it a little bit of more warmth back into it because we cooled it down a bit. I'm also going to add a little touch more of the boiling water just so we have enough volume for the noodles to actually soften into. We can kind of keep pushing them into there if you want to give them a little massage so they start soaking up the color. Go ahead, Sandra, if you want to do that one. Good job, magician. Pretty cool trick, hey?
Yeah.
Wonder what else we could dye blue. It's probably heaps, because it's just a real food. We're not using blue food coloring.
No.
That stuff's dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can't eat it. It's not edible.
Well, they say it's edible, but it's probably not good for our bodies, right?
Yeah. Like it's really bad for it.
Yeah.
It's not so good.
There's definitely other countries around the world that say that it's not such a good thing to eat. Okay. So can I just come through there, a little bit of hot stuff, just maybe back away for 1 second. Just gonna add a bit more liquid.
Don't fall.
Okay, and we'll just keep gently pushing that down into there. I'm trying not to add too much liquid because we want to keep the blue really strong in color, but we will need to make sure those do soften down a bit. Do you need a spoon maybe? Would that be easier?
Yeah.
I put quite a bit of noodles in there too, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Saxon, let's get more of these veggies cut up. What would you like to cut up next or prepare next?
Probably the cucumber.
Cucumber? Okay. Now, is this going to be too long of a strip for our rice wraps? Or is that about a good size? Does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah? Does it leave enough room on the edges?
Yeah.
You think that's okay? Okay. You're head chef. So it's going to be maybe just a little bit tricky to cut the cucumber into long skinny strips. So I'm just going to cut it in half first for you. And then now maybe safely you can do long skinny strips. You comfortable with that?
Yeah.
If not, you can let me know. Which vegetable would you like me to do, head chef?
You can do capsicum.
Capsicum? Okay. Here we go. And if they're all wet now, we can maybe let them, oh, they're not quite wet. Yeah, so maybe toss them. Pinch and toss. Good stuff. Okay. So with the capsicum, I'm just going to cut kind of around the belly of it, around the bottom of it, and then around the edge, basically around the top of the stem, so that we take the least amount of wasted capsicum from it. And then when we pop it open, look, ta-da! You guys are nice and focused, I'll leave you to it. There's so much focus going on here, it's so good to see. Cooking in the kitchen. You can still have fun while you cook though, can't you?
Yeah. It's like learning and having a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
So you can actually do it again and then you learn things fun, and then when you're bored you can do it again.
And it's kind of like you just did a science experiment too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Magic trick / science experiment. And if that's a little bit too difficult, Saxon, it's absolutely fine if we do half size.
Yeah.
Because then we can just put 2 slices in the wrap beside each other. Right? So if we cut it in half this way first, would that make it easier to chop?
Yeah, maybe.
Bit thinner? Okay. So we've got some yellow capsicum. Maybe we need the red of the rainbow, so I'm definitely gonna do red. Oh, are you guys as hungry as I am?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My belly's starting to rumble.
Rumble for the rainbow. Here it comes. Okay, so while we're finishing the last couple steps of the ingredients that go in, definitely you want to make sure that you've got a pot or a kettle of boiling water ready to go, because we're going to need that for softening the rice wraps. That's all good. That looks great, buddy. Thank you. You can just let it soak now. If they're not anywhere near done, we could add maybe a touch more water. Do you think it needs it?
Yeah, like
A little bit more? Okay,
halfway.
just a touch more. Coming through hot. Okay, we'll let that sit now, and it can just do its thing. If you want to, yeah. Okay. Okay, so we need the red of our rainbow.
I'm sort of trying to get it actually in the water.
Good job, Saxon.
In the water. So from where?
Yes, we want them all submerged. Yes, they can go on there. Good job. Now, do you guys have a way to remember the colors of the rainbow? Is there like a saying that you have?
No.
No? Or like a way to remember which order the colors go into?
Yeah.
Do you know what I learned as a kid? It doesn't really make that much sense, but Roy-G Biv. That's what we were told. Roy-G Biv. It's R-O-Y, so red, orange, yellow, G for green, and Biv, blue, indigo, violet.
Oh, that's cool.
Roy-G Biv. I don't know why that stuck, but that's what they taught us, so. Is there no other way to remember there's gotta be another saying.
Red, green, yellow, blue.
Okay, now the cool thing too with the purple is we weren't just using it for the juice, we're actually gonna put it in the rainbow wrap. So that's why we didn't want to cut the cabbage too thin. Now that it's cooked, we can thinly do some nice strips, and then that can go in the wrap too. Cool?
That looks so good.
How cool is that? Do you want to cut some more of those, Saxon?
Yeah.
Nice little thin strips. I'll do a couple. And then I like putting some avocado in too. Are you guys avocado fans?
Yeah, they're so good.
Nice. Wonder what makes avocado so yummy.
Flavor?
Flavor, yeah. I wonder what makes it good for the body.
The seed. Greenness?
The greenness, yeah, probably greenness.
Green.
Let's hope we have a good one,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes it's a bit hit and miss. What do you think? Odds on?
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Good. I feel like it's sort of.
That's not an answer.
I get an yes.
Yes, we're winning. Good job.
I could tell how green it is from the outside.
It's still a little bit underripe though. The seed's not wanting to come out. There we go.
Come out, seed. We just lap it and then we just
Twist it?
Seed there, twist.
Smart. Because I'm using a knife that's really precious to me, I don't want to twist the blade, so I did it on this butt end of the knife. But yeah, that's definitely a good way to do it. Okay, I think we're nearly ready to wrap. So we need to get something ready for this. But let's show off the noodles. Are they done yet? Can you just taste one and just pull out one and see if it's good yet?
It's really watery. Wow.
Well, we don't want the water. How cool is that?
It's really cool.
Okay, so let's just pour those into here. And then you can save your blue liquid for another use.
That's smart.
How awesome is that?
It's so blue. Probably the coolest thing I've seen. The noodles.
It's so
compared to liquid, it's so much lighter than
crazy, isn't it?
noodles.
You never would have thought you'd get that out of purple cabbage.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be what we'll put the hot water into to soak the rice wraps. You ready? Coming through hot. Definitely have an adult help you with this step, okay?
Yeah.
Because we just need, and I've just found any pan or dish that's heat safe, okay? I don't have the heat on the stove there, but it has to be able to handle some pretty hot water. Now that's still a bit hot, so we can just let that chill out. It'll actually cool off really quickly. And you can get square rice paper wraps, but what do you guys use?
Circle.
Circle ones. Okay, there you go.
So we just do it straight through the oven and keep it cold.
Okay, so you're going to show us how it's done. However, we haven't yet cut up the, what's this stuff?
Mint.
Do you guys want to come pluck a few leaves and put them on there so we can add them? Come around this side. That's all right. You can pluck some leaves, maybe put them on the platter for us. And before we put a rice wrap in there, we need to clear up some clean space on the wooden benches, or the wooden cutting boards basically, because that's what we're going to lay the rice paper wraps on once they're cooked, so that we can wrap them up. It's just, I find it works better on wood. Do you guys have a particular thing that you lay them on to wrap them?
I just normally do it on the bench.
On the bench? Yeah, that could work too.
Like this.
Sometimes I find the wood helps to absorb that little bit of extra liquid that they might be holding, and then they get nice and sticky that way, so that they hold better. So many good colors on this bench. Wow.
It's like a rainbow.
Yeah. Pretty good that I named it the rainbow wraps, right? I could have done that really wrong. That's pretty fresh, isn't it? Pretty fresh mint. Do you know the difference between those two mints that you guys have? Can you see that there's two different mint there?
Yeah. Ants and stuff. Yeah.
One of them is called apple mint. Do you have any idea how you'd test to see which one's apple mint?
On the shape?
Could be. Yeah, you're right. I hadn't thought about that.
The colors?
Colors?
This one's a little bit lighter.
So which one would make it an apple then?
This one? Yeah, it's a circle, kind of.
Because it's what?
It's like a circle.
Bit more like a circle?
Yeah. Well, these are basically circles.
Would you ever think to have a taste and see if it tastes a little bit like apple? Because that's how it got its name, is it actually tastes a little bit like apple.
Oh.
Can I please clean this board for you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I see if it actually does?
Does it taste a bit? Yeah? Have a taste. No? Is there an aftertaste of apple? A little bit. Because they also have peppermint, they also have chocolate mint, they have lemon mint. It's all different kinds.
It's kind of minty. We'll get more minty.
Okay, I think we're ready to wrap. What do you think, head chef?
Yes.
Have you guys forgotten who's head chef already?
I'm sous chef.
Good, all right. Okay, so I just wanted to let that water cool down a little bit. Like I said before, the burner is not actually on, it's just sitting on here. And that looks like it completely disappeared in the water. Look at that,
Yeah,
can you even
it's
see it?
camouflaged.
I can't even see it.
Sort of.
That's amazing.
Like you look at the outlines.
Oh, it's starting to roll its edges. Look at that, that's crazy. So we want this to soak long enough in warm water. Doesn't matter really what temperature it is, but warmish water. I find the warmer the water, the faster this happens. But what we're trying to do is to have, how do I explain this? That's possibly not quite fully cooked because we can still see the shape in it. Can you see all the shapes in there?
Yeah.
But we don't want to push it too far because then sometimes it gets really
Like sticky.
bit more sticky than we need it.
Then
Yeah.
easier to stretch out.
Who's first? Head chef, should we give you the honor?
Yep. You should.
Okay. So, teach us how to make the perfect rice wrap.
Okay, so like you just grab some things that you want and line them up in a straight line.
Okay.
So if it's like all over the place, like it would like not be so well, and it'll just be harder to fold
Yeah.
and rip.
And do we want less ingredients or more ingredients?
Less.
Less? How come?
Because then it won't be able to fully fold over if it was too big.
Right, so we can always come back and have another wrap, right?
Yeah.
We're better off having 2 wraps than having one that's hard to roll. Okay, and are you paying attention to getting all the colors of the rainbow in there?
Yeah.
Good job, look at your work. Meanwhile, I should be getting Saxon or Xander onto this one. Okay.
I'm just have to think of what I'm gonna say.
Well, head chef's already instructed us, now you just need to follow suit. That's the beauty of being a sous chef, right?
Yeah. You learn from
You're doing a good job. That's still going to be a very full, beautiful wrap though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we cannot forget the main ingredient. Or maybe the secret ingredient. It's not the main ingredient. Our nice blue noodles. Noodles. Do you want to check on that one, Xander, see if it's ready to go?
Sure.
Just make sure the water isn't too hot for your fingers. I can grab it. I'll come grab it. Okay, do you want any avocado in your wrap, Saxon?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Little sliver of that guy. Don't forget the noodles. Okay, Xander, this one's yours. Here you go. Oh, so much focus. Looks good. It's just like the never-ending noodle pile, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you reach that? Okay.
It's just like one.
That's a really full wrap, isn't it? Yeah. It's amazing that when you get this number of different ingredients, all of a sudden it adds up really quickly. Okay, now to roll it up. Do you want to roll it up sideways like that, or do you want me to turn the board?
Like this.
You got it? Okay. We're going to get it nice and tight, right? Is it really sticky? You got it? Look at that. There we go. So, it's a bit sticky. Looks like a big slug.
What's biggest?
Whoa!
So that's how you make one.
There you go. Thank you, Saxon. But the cool thing is now when we cut that open and show everyone what it looks like inside. You ready? This is going to be a big one though. We've got to tuck in those ends.
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to look like? Ooh, minus this little creature from our mint. Is it going to look like what the name says it is?
Yeah.
Rainbow? Does that look like the rainbow colors? Yeah. You did a great job. Okay, so we're going to get another plate and we'll plate some up. And I'm going to show you one other way to, actually let me duck in here. Okay, and one other method, one other technique of rolling that I'll add to your skill set. I mean to what Saxon's already shown us. Whoa, just so that, because this one, this is great. It's just sometimes they're going to be a little bit loose and hard to hold. So can I show you a way to maybe see if we can make that a little bit tighter so that it all holds together?
Yeah.
I'll show you one trick. Okay, so I'll get you building another one. Oh, this sous chef over here, me, didn't really get these happening in time. Sorry.
That's fine.
Catch up to you eventually. Might need to add a bit more hot water. I bet you're itching to dive in to eat that, aren't you?
Yes.
We will. We will, we will, we will. This one, here we go. How are you going with your rainbow over there?
Good.
Did you learn anything from head chef?
Quite a little bit of things.
Yeah? Are you doing anything differently after seeing how head chef?
Yeah. I first done like the noodles and I'm like rolling down and then I gonna do the avocado.
The avocado last. Okay, I like it.
So I can get the most taste out of it.
Okay, so this one's maybe not quite fully there yet. See how it's not even curling? Can I show you a little trick with that? So I'm gonna build another one, same as how you did it, but then when I roll it, I want to turn the board so I can roll it away from me and I can get it tighter. And I'll show you the tuck trick. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, when you
Yeah, like that.
a sushi.
Yeah, like a sushi roll. Okay, and I'm going to put maybe just a touch less fillings in there so that we can get a really tight wrap with it. Should we go in order of the rainbow backwards?
Yeah.
Should we try that? See what happens. Okay, so we've got our purple, our blue. What's after blue?
Green.
Yes. You gotta let me know what comes after that. We got green from the avocado and we got green from the mint, yep.
Make sure no bugs are in it.
Sneaky extra bits of protein. Okay, what's next?
And then the orange.
Red, orange, yellow.
Yep.
Is that right? Yellow? Yellow next? Roy G. Biv, yes. And then the orange, you're right. Now we can kind of get in between with our orange and yellow because we've got mango there too.
Yeah.
Sometimes mangoes are more orange than yellow. Orange, and then our red. Gosh, there's so many good bits of nutrition in eating a rainbow, right?
Yeah.
Like the red stuff has these things called anthocyanins. Big word, right?
Yeah.
But basically, is that the right one? Oh, there's so many different good phytonutrients in these things. No, it's the purple that's really high in the anthocyanins. The red has got another awesome name. The orange has carotene in it, which is good for our eyes and good for a whole bunch of stuff. So that's why it's so important to eat our colors, because every little bit of them, the reason why they're bright is because they're good for us in some way. Okay, so I turned the board. So now when I take the edge closest to me, oh, it's very sticky. And while I think about it, let's put another one in there so it's ready for us. Okay, so we got that lifted. So I'm going to tuck it over exactly like you did.
And then tuck it on the bottom.
But yes, instead of bringing this edge to me here, I'm going to tuck it over and tighten it up like a little blanket, like I'm going to roll it up, right? And I'm going to roll it, and then I'm going to bring these edges and tuck them in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we don't lose anything out the edges. See how just a little bit of a difference? And then we close up the wrap. Whoops. Unstick. Close it up.
And then that's how you make them.
There you go. It's just a little bit of a tighter wrap so that when we cut it, and it's probably easier if we cut it with a sharp straight edge knife. Excuse my reach. Yep. So when we cut it, it kind of just holds together better.
Yeah.
Is that cool? Do you guys want to eat one?
Yeah.
Do it up. Let's do it. Do you want me to cut that for you? Okay. Looking good. And you know what? It doesn't matter what it looks like, does it? It's food.
It matters about health.
It matters that it's healthy.
And it tastes the same.
Yes.
Different orders and what it looks like.
Okay, well before we eat it, let's present it. Do you want to present your wraps? And we can say, do you want to grab one? Or do you want to hold whichever one you want to hold? We've made, what have we made?
Rainbow wraps.
Rainbow wraps! And we're so excited to eat them because we're all really hungry, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks guys, that was fun.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
All right, do it up. Take a bite.